Hello, beautiful people. I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. I'm coming on as I put together the lead page today for the Nice for What Masterclass that's coming in a few weeks. The lead page and link is up for you to get on the list, so you'll be the first one to get the registration details that are going to release this week. It is going to be a masterclass level class, guys, like 6 to 8 weeks. Because I just have so much to teach about confidence and self-esteem and boundaries. So we're going to spend quite a bit of time together. And I teach my master classes live the first time they come around. So this will be your chance to get in with me live in that class, to be in live classrooms with me and ask questions and get feedback and all of that. But as I was creating that content today to get that ready for you, I literally was thinking about my life, and I was thinking about my stories and thinking about everything I've been through. That taught me, nice for what? That taught me about my own worth, self-love, boundaries. How did I become so confident? How did I begin to believe in myself? What taught me about vetting people and learning how to do unto others, as you would do, literally, like, one of the biggest issues that big-hearted people have is that as you love people, you don't really look for the signs that some of the people you may love are selfish. You don't look for the signs that they don't love you the way you love them. And one of the stories I thought about this today is I thought about, how did I get to a place of boundaries? How do I get to a place of self-love? How did I get to a place of confidence and high self-esteem? It began with being honest. And there's nothing like crisis for you to realize who's really there for you, who's not, who loves you, who doesn't, who's been giving lip service to loving you and being there for you. And it has never failed that in major crisis or moments when I need someone, that it reveals who's there and who's not. And when my mom died in 2013, guys, there was a friend that I had. We had been roommates for a while. I had gotten an apartment. She stayed with me for a little while. If you would have asked me, I would have said to you that we were ace boon, that we hadn't known each other like years and years. It was a newer friendship, but I had been there for her. She had seemingly been there for me. And when my mom died, I needed a favor, and I called her. And it was like my mom was dying. She hadn't died yet. She was dying. And it was the kind of favor that was not like take you out of your way, like an extravagant, crazy request. It was not anything that you wouldn't do. I needed her. She had recently moved out into her own place, which wasn't far away from where my apartment was at. And I needed her to come stay at the apartment with my youngest son, my middle son, who was like in 9th or 10th grade. But I just didn't want to leave him alone. I had to go to Ohio. My mom was dying for a few days. And I asked her if she could just stay at the house to be there, in the evening when he would get out of school. We're talking about like a 15-year-old, guys, not by any stretch of the imagination, a little baby, a toddler, food. He knows how to cook his own food, all of the above. And she was like, well, I don't know, let me get back to you. And I promise you that before I picked up the phone to call her, she was the first person I thought of. She had just lived at the house, knows my son, been around him. There was no question in my mind that she wouldn't come through for me in such a critical moment. But yet this is someone I had dropped everything in moments. I had been there for her when there was nowhere else to turn, nowhere to live, no money, not knowing how to navigate Atlanta, you name it. And these are just one of the stories that came up in my mind today when I learned about how you can be expecting people to be you, and how you have to pay attention as God is revealing people's true heart, true intentions. And there was no like explanations. I'm so sorry, Rebecca. I've got to work night shifts, or I got it. Nothing. Kind of like, well, like, no, I'm just like really not feeling that. I'm going to let you know. And it was like, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. How does somebody even feel comfortable saying no in a time when you're supposed to be such a good friend? You know, my mother is dying. And if the shoe was on the other foot, I'm the type of friend, guys, that I'm dropping anything. I'm that ride or die friend, right? I'm that faithful, loyal friend. I said, oh, okay. Got it. Message received. I ended up paying a young woman to come and nanny for a few days to watch him. And guys, it's as you're going through life and the lessons are coming, it's up to you whether you're going to learn the lessons. And oftentimes I think that for really big-hearted people, you can say, oh, well, I don't want to let people's ways change me. I don't want my heart to change. I don't want to become bitter or mean or cold towards people because of how other people are. So you resist changing at all in order to learn your lessons. But in reality, these are lessons that need to be learned because you need to be paying attention, because you live in a world that is full of selfish, usury, abusive people. If you're in this world and you think that everyone's like you, if you've got a big heart and you're a good person and you're out here in this world, Thandika says, how did you navigate the friendship after? I gave her one more chance because I have a big heart to be cool, to be friends. And guess what? She let me down again. And that was the last time. She broke trust again. Because selfish people can't help it. Selfish people don't know how to do give and take. They don't know how to sacrifice to be there, or to be honest and true, to be loyal. That's not really at their core values. It's not who they are. It's who you may want them to be, but it's not who they are. So guess what? Nice for what? No, you're cut out of my life. I'm not giving a third chance. And that was when I was a lot younger, guys. We're talking almost 20 years ago now. Almost 20 years ago, this happened. And I can honestly say, no, it wasn't almost 20 years ago. My mom, 10 years ago. 10 years ago. So I was 10 years younger saying, I'll give a second chance. Now, there wouldn't even be the second chance. Because I've learned. People show you who they are. So then by giving second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chances, you're just giving them more opportunities to use you and hurt you. Because it's not going to change. You can't change who people are. You can only change you. So guess what? We have to be very selective about who we allow in our lives. If you are a good-hearted, giving person, you have to be very selective about who gets the benefits of being in your life. You have to decide who gets the benefits of being in your life. I'm a very loving, giving person. And just because you have boundaries, just because you protect your peace, protect your energy, protect your space, protect your mind, just because you learn everybody isn't for me. Oh, Nita Nate says forgiveness. Oh, I forgave her a long time ago. I don't hold it against her. I saw her years later. It's, hey, sweetie, hey, good. I'm good. I don't hold nothing against her at all. I'm just going to be over here living my life while you're over there living your life. We're not going to be in close proximity. You don't get to have access to me to break trust or to not be there for me. Because guess what? I'm a great friend. I'm there for you. I'll give my all. And I deserve that in return. Now I realize that's not everybody. That's not how everyone's built, guys. Not everyone's built to love hard. But especially if you are someone who loves hard, you need to be in the nice for what class. Because nice for what applies to good-hearted people. People with good hearts. They just want to help. They just want everybody to be happy. Guess what? We get walked all over the worst. Everybody don't deserve the love. Everyone doesn't deserve the loyalty. If you can't if you can't reciprocate what I'm giving, guess what? You can't be my friend. You'll be an associate. You'll be somebody on the outside of my inner circle. Not to say, hey, but inner circle, access to my inner life, access to all the benefits of being a true friend. I treat my friends like sisters. That's how close my friends are. No, the dynamics of the relationship didn't just change. It's gone. Nita Nate says, so just the dynamics of the relationship changed, not done completely. No, I'm done. I'm done. We're not see, when I say someone's my friend, they have access to me. They can text me, call me, ask me for something. No, she does not have access to that at all. No, ma'am. I have very clear boundaries. I create very clear boundaries in relationships with people. There's people in my inner circle who have access to me, and there's people who are on the outside of that inner circle. That's right, Shalea Shay. Friend is a strong word. It's a powerful word. Friendship needs to be dynamic. It needs to be reciprocal and mutual. It needs to be mutual. I grew up Midwest. I'm old school. Loyalty, honesty, trustworthiness, integrity. These are some old school personality traits and characteristics nowadays. I'm old school. If I can't trust you, no, you don't have access to me. I can't depend on you the way you depend on me. No. That's not the way this is going. That's called usury. That's called a predatory relationship where someone's the predator and the other person's the prey. Somebody says, so what we're talking about is access granted or access denied. There you go. What are the downsides of being selfish? So I consider there's a difference between self-care, self-protection, and selfish. Right? Selfish people are selfish, hands down, in nearly 99.9 to 100% of situations. They are all about self. People who are loving and kind and have big hearts are always looking to help and are fair and very giving to others. Selfish people are looking for what they can get out of every situation. Their brain is literally wired to say, what am I getting out of this? Well, how does this help me? What is the benefit to me in every situation? So guess what? Not going to be a whole lot of giving, Kyle. Not going to be so selfish people are dangerous. Because you could give your heart and soul and they'll be looking at you like, well, what else you got? What else you got to give me? Selfish people, it's never ending to what they expect for you to be giving. But when it comes their turn, all of a sudden there's a problem. Right? Selfish people are immature in relationships. Selfish people struggle to be in loving, healthy relationships. It's egocentric. Are you also releasing a book called Nice for What? I will. There is a book that's already half written. Yes, it will be a book as well. Whitney says, my love filter was so severely off until I read this book called Healing the Adult Children of Narcissists. Highly suggest to nice folks. And not all nice people are the children of narcissists, right? Can I say this? In my experience, nice people are two situations. They're either born to nice people. They are either born to nice people, so they are literally conditioned and programmed to be nice. Turn the other cheek. Oh, don't do that. Don't rock the boat. Right? Nice. You're either born to nice people, or you're born to narcissistic or bullyish or drug addicted or alcoholic parents. There's lots of situations where people, as a child, you're forced to become passive aggressive because you have to get along with a parent, right? So you can have parents who are nice. That's me. I was born to nice parents, right? Nice parents. My dad had a little bit of narcissistic tendencies, but hands down a very kind person. You're either born to nice people, so you're programmed and conditioned to be nice because that's your culture of your family or your upbringing of the people around you, or you were born to some really bullying, domineering, controlling people that taught you to get in line, right? Get standard operating procedures. You don't go against me. You don't speak up. You don't say no. So you were literally ingrained and conditioned in those situations to not have a voice, to not go against anyone, to not rock the boat. Yeah, good people give but need strong boundaries. Exactly. Raymond de Junkanite. I don't know how to say your name, baby. Don't take out niceness for granted, or that turning point will come with no return. And here's why I'm doing the course. Because so oftentimes, and this is what I put on the lead page as well, you don't know how to speak your truth without being angry. Hey, the active activist. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, y'all. We don't know, nice people don't know how to be honest without being angry, because it takes getting angry to be honest. And that's really then not fair to the people you're dealing with, because one minute you're this passive, oh no, it's fine, oh sure, and it builds and builds because you're silently building resentment. Then you just have an outburst because it takes you being angry to put boundaries in place and speak your truth. Then you're walking away from people like, I'm over it. They don't love me. They're not respectful. They take advantage. It's all their fault, not realizing you're also to blame, because guess what? They don't even know you're unhappy. They don't even know that you've been silently building resentment. They don't even know that you didn't want to do those things that you said yes to. So you're the bad guy too. Nice people are the culprits for drama, confusion, conflict, because we don't communicate effectively. I'm a reformed nice girl. Nice people don't communicate effectively. They don't have direct communication. They don't say what they mean and mean what they say. They hem and haw, beat around the bush, leave hints, expect people to read their minds, and then they're mad when people don't understand them or give them what they want. The active activist says, I'm that guy, shaking my head. Dang. It's a lot of good-hearted people. I struggle to be Christ-like and having boundaries. Nita Nate, we're going to talk about it. Nice for what course? We're going to talk about it. Because God didn't create us without boundaries. A lot of what you're calling God principles are not God. It's been religion and misinterpretation of scriptures. But it's not God. You were born with boundaries. You were born with limitations, wholeness, independence. Yes. Are you going to teach us how to communicate in relationships in life? We are. I'm going to do some role playing. We're going to give sample conversations of how to effectively communicate. We're going to do some role playing, guys, in class. We are. We're going to have to do some practice. And then you're going to have homework to practice effective direct communication. We're going to have homework. So make sure you get signed up in the link in my bio, guys. It's the Nice for What course. Yeah, Whitney says those are not God principles. Those are church principles. Misinterpretation of scriptures. Yep. Red Go Get It says, I now practice being honest at all times. It's freeing. Exactly. We're carrying burdens we shouldn't be carrying, guys. We're all bound up, internalizing so much angst and energy and worries and indecisiveness, worrying about what people think. Now, this is just one story. I got lots of stories. Make sure you sign up in the link. The lead page is up for Nice for What, and we're going to release the enrollment for class this week. All right? I love you guys. Mwah. Blessings in abundance. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.